Hi there, and welcome to Reformer and Restoration. Part of the Ageless Pilates philosophy is simply this, is what does it mean to restore your body while you're doing Pilates? Can it be done? And the answer is absolutely yes. We have a tendency to focus on flexion, flexion, double leg stretch, crunch, 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 and all we're really doing at the end of the day is shortening our hip flexors. Think of what position our body is so meant to be in is an extension and vertical. But it's nice to add in thoracic extension and rotation in a supine position with myofascial release. What am I talking about? Well, what I've got here set up is my reformer right up against my springboard, which essentially is going to simulate a tower. Now, at many different studios, they have a reformer and a springboard in between. So what you want to think about is how you can move the body laterally to really get nice lengthening, opening movement. So starting with our springboard and just bringing my hands over my head, I have a nice micro bend to my knees. I want to think of laterally moving away from my springboard. Now, with that being said, as I start to push or, lean away, is I'm going to start to feel what's happening in not only in the thoracic spine, but what's also what I'm feeling here in my hip. So by pressing a little bit into the hip, breathing in and breathing out, I'm getting a wonderful stretch in my body, but I am also working into the obliques if we want to talk muscle, but it's that whole superficial lateral line. Then you move on to the reformer, okay? And I've just got one light spring on. Same thing, as I start to push out into abduction, I start to add my reach to the side, similar to what I did over here. Now I can just reach with my arm. I can also suggest that you reach up and over, because once again, I'm abducting the hips, which is a lovely opening movement, but it's also, working and feeling that, gluteus medius and minimus. Now we're talking about lateral movement, but then we can add in our rotational movement here, which is really delicious, again, for our body, and or combining the two movements from lateral flexion to rotation in the opposite direction. But at the end of the day, we're working on lengthening through that thoracic spine. Lots of different movements here from skater. Feels really, really nice. That wonderful sensation of extension. So after we've done that, we're not going to feel tight. We're going to feel really open. But what's interesting here is then you take your roller, and I'm just going to do this on the reformer because it's just easier, is to now place the roller behind my back and just once again start to move into that thoracic extension, but then also add that lateral movement here in a supine position. What I love about this is that it's opening up, and I'm going to let my ribs open here. A lot of times you'll hear trainers say, close the ribs. It's kind of hard to let your spine open here, making sure that you are supporting your head and neck the whole while. But that lovely movement here. Now, of course, if we wanted to change my body position, I could bring my knees up as well. But for me, I kind of like my feet down, especially then if I'm going to do a little bit of rolling here, and or I could be doing this on a yoga mat or on the floor. But right now, I'm just working on a little bit of myofascial compression here, moving here. All right. And then what's interesting to do, of course, is then I'm going to drop back down to that one spring. So to do that for a moment, okay, then you come back and then you repeat this sequence again and go, wow, my back feels a lot more open and mobile after doing some myofascial release. It feels delicious. Same thing if I said, let's go to our springboard here as well. And then also went into movement. Now I was only doing that for maybe 60 seconds, and I already feel the difference in my posture and in my movement quality. This is just part of the Ageless training protocol. We combine myofascial release with movement, and the results are pretty incredible what people feel and experience immediately. So it feels like you're getting a nice deep tissue massage with your workout. Doesn't get better than that. So these are just a few tips and techniques, but if you want to know more about the Ageless philosophy and training program, we offer this course online. We also offer the course in person as well. But I hope this gave you kind of some fun, cool ideas that you can add into your class. Thanks for joining me.